What's going on, guys? Clifton Denny with On Your Own Outdoors. Hey guys, so this week we're going to talk about something a little bit different, something that everybody knows that up until the last couple of years and people started beating me up on, that I've never been a huge fan of. So I'm not claustrophobic, but I don't like stuff just hugging around me, right? So it just is what it is. And so in my search for a safety harness, I'm going to take y'all along for the ride with me. These are the first two I'm going to do. It's going to be a versus because one's a lot more expensive than the other one. We're not going to talk about prices. It is what it is. You can get in the links down below right now or at the end of this in the description. The link will be there for both of them on the Max Prairie Wings website because that's where I picked them up at. Right, so what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about plus and minuses about these two safety harnesses. So the ones that we have, we've got the Summit Pro Safety System Harness. And then we have the HHS Shadow. So we're going to talk about the pros and cons of each one of them. Obviously, your Summit's a little bit more expensive one. The Shadow's a little bit cheaper. Straight out the box, or straight while they were in the box. They're not right now, they're down here on the ground. But while they were in the box, I noticed one thing, and that was that the Shadow was way lighter than the Summit. So on the back of this one, it shows a whole bunch of stuff that you can go get to go with this. And then on the back of the Summit, it just says, hey, we're Summit. This is what our safety harness looks like. Come buy one, right? So anyways, we're going to talk about both of them today. So let's go. Toss that Shadow. Let's go ahead and talk about this Summit Pro safety harness system, right? So number one about this one versus the Shadow. There you go right there. It came with an 8-foot safety rope. So whenever it comes to cost comparison and you go and you try to buy the Shadow, which is a little bit cheaper, understand it doesn't come with that. So you're gonna be out a little bit more than money because you're gonna have to go buy this stuff separate. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna put this thing on. I'm not gonna hang in a tree. All we're talking about is the usability, how comfortable it is, how it feels while it's on, and that kind of thing. So I'm gonna go ahead, unhook everything that I can see. So first things first, let's get this thing put on. All right, so number one, again, both of these, I've never put them on, so you're gonna get an honest opinion as we go. I won't talk bad about one until the end because I won't honestly know which one I like better until then. But let's talk about some stuff with the Summit straight away versus the safety harnesses that I've used in the past. Now understand, the ones I use in the past are extremely cheap ones because it's not something I've ever spent a lot of money on. But now I've got a 5-year-old. He's pretty fond of me. So as everybody else says, I agree with you. I need to start being a little safer and I need to start making sure that I have a safety harness. We're hooked up, we're good to go. So you can see here on the back, thing comes up here, so you've got a jacket on, you just put it underneath the jacket, whatever. So we'll talk about this thing really quick. So one thing is, guys, for me, like I said, I don't like to feel like I'm kind of like hunkered down. One big deal that I already like about this one is this here. If you see these straps here on the side, they're elastic. So I'm not really getting that kind of tight feel. It's pretty loose all the way around. The strap here is also kind of elastic. So again, this is the Summit Pro safety harness and I really like it. Another big deal, right? So I hate stuff that you have to step into. This one don't have to. Here on the sides, you've got your little, I call them Gator Clips. I don't know what everybody else calls them, but you've got a clip there. You've got a clip over here on your other side. And then you've got your waistband clip. So why is that important to me? So if I get up in the stand, a lot of times, as I say in all my videos, I like to sit all day, right? So if I get up in my stand and I plan on sitting all day, what might I have in the morning that I don't need in the evening is layers of clothes. So one thing that I do like about this thing is say that I needed to remove a layer of pants, right, wrong, or indifferent, I can stay hooked in, I can reach over, hit these two buttons on the side, drop that, and now everything's free. I could take off that layer, run this back up, hook it back up, and I'm good to go. I know a lot of guys are probably gonna disagree with what I'm about to say, but I can literally do the same thing with the top. So if I wanted to change my jacket, I could come out of it because it's got the stretch bands. I could remove a jacket, come back around, put it right back on, and I'm good to go. Another big deal about this one that I do like, you see that color right there, that white? So what that is that's like some kind of Rubbermaid material. It's gonna keep you from clanging and tanging. So whenever you get ready to hook this thing in, you're not gonna hit that and make that big loud tang noise. So for the Summit safety system, I'm gonna say it's a home run. I'm gonna say it's a win. I really like this thing. That's enough about this Summit Pro safety harness. Let's go on ahead and move over to the HHS Shadow. So when you dump this thing out on the ground, it comes with two deals. Looks just like this. It's got this strap that's kind of in a little pack here. And then you've got your actual safety harness over on this side. So let's go through undoing this stuff and get this thing put on. Again, all I'm doing is the same thing I did with the other one because I want to know the difference in between the two, how easy one is versus how hard the other one is. I just unhook everything. So I will say straight out of the pack, this thing is a little bit more difficult to deal with. All right, got it figured out now. When you're trying to figure out how it's gonna go, you'll look on the front of your straps, it says Shadow. Here's your sign, right? All right, so just like the other one, it's got your leg straps come through, hook it in on this side, come through on the other side, hook it in. They do have adjustments on them. They're way down here on the bottom side, but they do have some sort of adjustments. And then you got three little snaps here on the top. No adjustment on the top, it's just the three little straps. And that's it, there you go. All right, so let's talk about some pluses and minuses about this Shadow. Number one, it is insanely lightweight. It doesn't feel like there is anything there. And for the most part, it's because there's not a whole lot there. It's got your loops here for climbing, so you can have your safety rope on there, so that's cool. One thing to remember is it doesn't come with that safety rope, so you'd have to go get one. But man, this thing, there's like nothing. I mean, you can see it is what it is, but there's like nothing there. So when it comes to user-friendly, it's pretty user-friendly. Once you get it on the first time, like you kind of got that dude whipped, right? So it's only got two connection points. It's the two right here in between your legs. Negative, they need to put some rubber on that. But if you're looking for something that's cheap and super lightweight just to get yourself in the woods, this thing's phenomenal. One thing that I will say that I do like about it is that you can just walk around in it, you can't even tell it's there. The only thing, and I could probably adjust it out, but you can see here how this pinches in the back. It rides pretty high on me. I don't necessarily like that. I feel like it would bother the back of my neck, but it is what it is. It's a little bit cheaper, so you can save some money, and at the end of the day, you're still trying to be as safe as possible. There's not a whole lot to talk about this thing. It's got two adjustments here on the sides that you can adjust it, you know, up and down, so maybe it can go ahead and pull that back a little bit. And then it's got two adjustments down here on the bottom so that you can tighten up your leg straps if you wanted to do so. And then the chest strap, it doesn't have an adjustment there, it just unsnaps. So I'm gonna pull this one back off so that I can show you something on the back of it. So it might not come with your safety rope, but what it does come with is a deer drag. So how big is that, right? That's huge. If you're a killer, that's a big deal. So you've got this thing, you've got it hooked up. I'm not gonna hook it back up, but down here on the bottom, if you had to drag that big 150 out, you can wrap this thing around its horns and skate right out and you're good to go. So pluses and minuses versus these two safety harnesses. All right, let's talk about it. So this one, the HHS Shadow, super lightweight, easy to use, comes with a deer drag. Price point, it's cheaper. So if you're looking for something that's a little bit cheaper, something just gets you straight out in the woods, you're gonna be good to go. One thing that I will say about it is I would most certainly end up getting bothered by that at some point in time. Is it a huge deal? No. But does it make a difference? Yes, right? So I'm just not a huge fan of the way that comes back in at a point right there at the top of your neck. Other negative about it, so it is cheaper, but with that comes a little bit of a bad, it doesn't come with your 8-foot safety rope and the 2 D-rings like your Summit does. And it does come with this guy right here. What this is a strap, goes around the tree. So it does come with that. It just doesn't come with an actual safety rope, right? So other negatives about it, metal on metal. I'm gonna always beat that up. So we're gonna go ahead and get this thing off, and we're gonna talk about the Summit again. User friendly. Unlike the HHS, it's kind of hard to, you know, mess with, to figure out where stuff goes. This one, it's like putting on a vest. You can tell exactly how it goes when you pick it up. It's got the rubber. It doesn't make any noise. And all in all, not that it matters one way or the other for myself, because I'm just now getting into safety harnesses really, but I feel a lot more secure in this Summit. So it does have more straps on it. It's got the waistband. The other one doesn't have the waistband. It's a little bit heavier. It's a little bit more expensive, but it most certainly is more secure. If I was going to fall out of a tree, which I hope never happens, I think I'd rather be wearing this one. Again, so let's talk about some pros and cons about the Summit. Comfortable, super comfortable. Again, it gives you that kind of snug feeling without being enclosed. I like the way that they did the large V here on the back, so the connection point's not going to be up here on the knot of your spine. It's going to be a little bit lower, so it's just going to make it more comfortable. Another plus about it, they've got the rubber over every one of their connection points to kind of keep it silent. Another thing is they've got this really comfortable padding here. And then it comes with your 8-foot safety rope and 2 D-rings. That's huge because you don't have to go buy them separate. So, you know, I guarantee you the price point wouldn't be near as drastic if we went and priced out 2 D-rings and the 8-foot safety rope. So just remember that when you're getting ready to go buy these. Don't look at 2 safety harnesses sitting up on a shelf and think, oh, well, this one's $50 cheaper, so it's going to be fine because they're the same. They're most certainly not, right? So if I'd have went before breaking these things open and doing this review and just grabbed one off the shelf, I would have grabbed the Shadow. To be dead honest with you, now that I've tried both of them on, I'm going to stick with this Summit. The reason being, it's more bang for your buck. It's got more that comes with it. It's more expensive, but at the end of the day, it's also more comfortable. Here I was taking my Summit off, and I was like, what's that little pull strap? Come to find out, it also has a drag rope. So, Summit, all day for the win. That is the Pro Safety Harness by Summit and the HHS Shadow. So that's all I've got for you guys today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that little bell up top. You never know when we're going to do a product you just might need. Good hunting, guys.